Fin. Rebecca Heinrichs joins me now. Rebecca, how do we avoid a long, drawn-out war?
It's a great question, Stuart. I mean, I think the important thing to keep in mind is that the bulk of the military campaign is actually primarily done. We still have targets that we can hit if we need to resume military operations. But the stage that we're in right now is really trying to compel an end. It's sort of the political end of the military campaign, because the Iranians are really severely weakened. They do not have the ability to actually technically close the strait militarily. It's de facto closed because of their ability to just sort of terrorize it, threaten it. But now I think it's the hard part diplomatically. I think President Trump, we've talked about this before, Stuart, I really think one of the things that's going to make this successful is to have an international coalition, other countries escorting ships through the strait. That's going to be an important key.
Rebecca, Iran reneged on the agreement to reopen the strait. Are the hardliners in command in Iran? Do we know who's running things? Is the Revolutionary Guard?
Well, so this is interesting because part of what we tried to do with the Israelis was weaken the regime. And so we took out all of their top leaders, took out some of their besieged leaders. Those are the people who are repressing the people. And as a result, now we're trying to find the people who are willing to cooperate with the United States. And then this is really important, and have the ability to make good on what they promise us. And so we saw in the first round of talks, we thought we had a deal with the political leaders we were talking to, but then we had this IRGC commander who says, listen, he doesn't listen to the foreign minister. So we have a breakdown, I think, in the power structure inside Iran. That's going to have to shake out. I think President Trump is going to keep pressure, and then he's going to tap the brakes periodically and see if he can shake something loose and find somebody who does have the ability to make good on what they promise.
Earlier this morning, we had retired four-star General Jack Keane on this program. He said he would not be surprised if our negotiators facing the Iranians looked at him and said, if you renege on this, if you fail to come through on this, we're coming after you personally. You think we'll do that?
Well, I mean, right. So this is really interesting. So this IRGC commander who's being, frankly, pretty mouthy and saying that he's not going to comply with the orders of the political leadership. I mean, my first thought, Stuart, was the Israelis have penetrated so thoroughly the Iranian leadership that that man does not have a long life expectancy. So I think that there is a good chance that, you know, the people who are pushing back and are an obstacle to peace will probably end up on a target list, and there will be a resumption of military operations again to create pressure. This blockade, Stuart, it's denying the Iranian rump regime about $450 million a day in revenue. So they're being squeezed by all angles. We just now have to finally compel an end to this conflict.
Yes, indeed. Rebecca, thank you very much for joining us.